All right, guys, do you remember the time? The time. Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time? Anyway, jokes aside, do you remember the time back in the days when all I could say that was negative about DJI was the cyber nanny on board? And you know how those fanboys love themselves a good talking to. But anyway, nowadays, everything's wrong. Everything's wrong. I don't know if the engineers are not getting paid enough. If the vision up top has gone crazy, they could use that good old, original Dobo eye check. I don't know. But anyway, DJI has been making a lot of questionable decisions when it comes to making drones. And they came out with the DJI Avata as well as the DJI FPV. Now, when they made these drones, they obviously were on something more than rather, I don't know. Anyway, so they made all kinds of strange business decisions, and one of the worst ones was that DJI was well known for the quietest props, the quietest drones, super stealthy and amazing, and super importantly, very neighbor friendly, because when you go out and fly one of these cool things, you don't want to wreck, your environment, annoy everybody, cause noise pollution. That is a thing. Now, of course, if you live in New York, you don't know. You'll never hear either of these drones. Wait, not that one. This one and this one. You won't be able to hear them because the sound of the city is so loud that, it won't hold a candle to any of these things. But if you live in a nice suburban or countryside area, then what you want is this, as well as any of these. Because if you are a loving, caring human being, and you care about the environment and the neighbors that live around you, you want to get something like this. However, DJI thought that they would create, and unfortunately, being that they are the industry leaders, they're just bringing everybody astray with them, aren't they? But that's not even the worst part. The part is that they've created some nonsense stuff. So, apparently there's a super big design flaw in one of these things, and it is the way that you put in the micro SD card, words. Anyway, so if there's a little door flap that opens, and if it's open when you fly, it breaks your propellers. Well done. Well done. DJI, you've outdone yourselves. You have really outdone yourselves. So anyway, is that a positive thing or a negative thing? I don't know. I'm not going to put ideas in your heads. You guys come up with your own opinions on whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, and whether you really want the DJI Avata. Now, as I always tell you guys, there are companies out there in the world, such as Toyota, that would have recalled this thing immediately. But DJI is DJI. It's a modern company, and modern companies don't really care about customer satisfaction, so what are you going to do? Oh, it's the modern place, the modern times where, control, important people. They always cut the middleman like quality control. They went on vacation.